Ecky Thump and welcome back to Let's Play Osiris New Dawn. I think it's time to start Season 2 because there has been, as the news post in front of you is telling you, a huge update requiring a single player save game wipe. So that sounds like a big update to me. There's a bunch of stuff they've added. They've added a first person interior helmet and movement. I assume that means they've put a helmet overlay on the GUI in first person, not sure. Saving and loading of vehicle health, fuel and colour customization. That is barely even a sentence. I don't know what that means. I've added some physics to the water and the suit comes glossy. Gav, rover and hovercraft now require fuel, etc, etc, etc. I've added liquid tanks and gas tanks. Didn't there used to be those anyway? I'm sure there used to be gas tanks. I don't know, maybe it's a new thing. They've added gravity fields around the floating rocks. They've added a bunch of stuff. They've also added female characters. They've added a bunch of extra quests, 2 new classes. So Mine 1B is now unlocked through a mission. More story missions. Ability to craft the chisel, which I assume means that the chisel isn't infinite anymore. Or we don't get like a free chisel that lasts forever. And added a tactical knife, because if there's one thing I was thinking all the time I was playing through Season 1, it was that I really wish I could spend more time in close quarters combat with the crab monsters. So, anyway, let's jump in, because we've got a new player experience to experience, and I believe they've made some changes to the character creator. So let's jump into a new single player world. Need a new avatar. Okay, so this is interesting. They've got the scientist here, who's all about science. They've got a ranger who's a bit of everything. We've got a marine who's mostly combat, and we've got the engineer who's mostly engineering. Let's go in as a scientist. Scientists are trained primarily in scientific fields, giving them an edge at mixing chemicals and creating power sources. The scientist works well in groups as a primary source of character modifications and producer of advanced materials. Sure. Do you want to be a female scientist? I suppose we should. That's the new thing, right? Female models. I can't imagine it makes that much difference. I mean, the only thing I can really see from this is that the female is slightly skinnier and slightly shorter. But let's go ahead and confirm that. Alright, primary colours. We were orange last season. Let's be blue this season. Primary colours, secondary colours, primary... No. That's more like it. We could just be solid blue or white, or black is always a decent choice for a secondary colour. In fact, let's go for a different blue. Whatever, that'll do. Detail, I suppose, can be orange. Sure. And we can have an orange glow. I don't know which parts of the scientist glow now. Probably that bit on the back, isn't it? That's fine. That'll do for us. Oh, we can customise. It can be taller or shorter. I don't know if this has any like min-maxing game effect. Oh, we'll be taller. We want a big head? No, an average head will do. Do we want to be skinny or fat? Well, it's not really fat. It's more sort of bulky, isn't it? Sure. Let's just whack these all the way up and see what we end up with. All the way up. And can we have a big head? Yeah, fine. Perfectly acceptable. Let's go. Assign 10 stat points. Okay, I definitely want some strength for the carrying capacity. I'm not all that worried about health. It seems it takes quite a lot of investment in health to like turn surviving 2 hits into surviving 3 hits. Maybe we want a bit of speed and stamina, and a bit more strength. And stamina is actually more useful than speed, I feel. From last playthrough, being able to run for longer is better than being able to run a little bit faster. So that'll do for stat points. Oh, we've got a lot of skill points now. This has changed. Let's see. This has been very extensively reworked. I'm liking this actually. Okay, well, we definitely want a chisel, but the thing is, I still don't know if we actually start with the chisel. Okay, let's go for pipes, chisels, depository, most definitely. That costs 15 engineering. They must have reworked the point system. It now costs 15 engineering to unlock barrels. Actually, maybe we want to go down to... We want to drop those. Hold on. Let's get the chisel. And... Oh, wait a minute. Well, this can't just be locked off, surely. Oh, this works. Okay. Can I come straight down here? No, I can't select that at all. Okay, whatever. Let's go with that. We'll work something out afterwards. Science points we've got plenty of. Let's start with the flares and the forge. Solar panels. Satellite dishes are coming soon, TM. What do we got over here? Large solar panels. That's 30 points. 20, or we can go this way and get the... Okay, get the chem light for 10. That leads into batteries. Combat points. Let's go for the bashing rock. And the stone oven. Why is the stone oven under combat? And primitive workbench. No, can't get a primitive workbench. Okay, I guess we keep 5 combat points in the bank. Rochelle Myers, Carlisa Elliott, Marva Wyman, no. Julie Goldman, no. Hetty Scott, no. Shirley Olsen, there are new random female names in the game. Vanessa Horn, I think not. Let's just go for Eket Thump. Yeah, universe name, whatever. Survival meters. I thought the survival meters were a bit overtuned in towards the end of the last playthrough, so let's go down a bit to easy. Stat points 2 per level is fine, proficiency is fine, XP gain is probably fine, I don't know. We'll leave that all set to normal for now. Population. Dangerous should be okay, normal damage, normal health. All normal is fine for resource yields and stuff. Let's go. So it looks like they've done a pretty extensive rework of the game, starting with the skill tree. I'm interested to see how that affects the opening of the game, because there's a lot of really key stuff seems to be locked off on the skill tree when you start off. Here we are. Do we not get to see the ship crash anymore?
Suit breached.
Okay, well this hasn't changed, has it?
System restored.
Okay. Yeah, so we have, in fact... What have we got here? Oxygen tanks. Can I take those? Yeah. What's this? Meat stew. Okay. Frame rate feels a little weird. Not bad exactly. I just feel like I'm... It just feels a little bit weird. I don't know what it is. Toggle the perspective. It's fine. Okay, well, our quest is to make landfall on the Proteus 2 continent, which is over there. Let's grab all this stuff here first. Some bandages. They've added this weird floaty sort of effect when you pick things up. Why am I taking damage? Extremely high temperature. Find a cool location. Does standing in the shade count? Okay, well, we will do that, but I want to take all this stuff apart first. Is this a resource still? I don't know if it is. It's not giving me the bar for the thing anymore. Like the resource health bar. A glass container with water in it. A bandage. Is any of this stuff whackable? Doesn't seem to be. What about this? Oh yeah. That's a new thing. Space debris. Metal material found off of broken human-made structures and vehicles can be recycled into other materials or used to create makeshift structures and other items. Oh, hello, and this is new as well. Look at this. I don't know if they've actually added any armor to the game, but they've added armor slots. When Empyrean did that, it only took 2 alpha versions to actually implement armor, so maybe that's to come in a couple of quarters. Okay, let's not hang around with the skelepods. Let's go and make landfall. Hold on, I might have to turn the graphics quality down. That's a bit better. Well, I've made landfall. This is the Proteus 2 continent, unless it wants me to go over there or something. There we are. Find Osiris One. Ooh. That's new. Find the Osiris One base. So, they've actually gone and put some like interactive story in the game almost. They put story missions in there anyway. Do I not get an inflatable dome anymore, or did I miss it? Have I left my inflatable dome out there with the crashed pod? Maybe I have. Alright, mission. Build a stone oven. That's most definitely new. Build crab huts. And sceliopod huts. And debris huts. Oh, if we can knock off some space debris off that vehicle. Anyway, build a stone oven. So I need some rocks and I need plutonium. Let's go and find some rocks. This is genuinely a pretty large-scale patch. Not that we've seen a great deal of it through gameplay yet, but in terms of the amount of structural changes they seem to be planning to make, at least, pretty big things are coming. Okay, well there's... what are they? Snubs over there. Let's not hang around with them. We don't even have a gun yet. Oh, is it? That is a satellite. That is an honest-to-goodness satellite down here on Proteus 2. They've re-added them. I'm so going to get myself killed just wandering around looking at things they've added. Or added back, I should say. Satellites used to be found on Proteus 2 all the time. Last patch they disappeared. Apparently this time they're back.
Vitals dropping.
I'm gonna use a bandage here. The computer's gonna keep moaning at me to heal up.
Vitals stabilized.
There, you happy now? I'm really not happy about having to defend myself against the Skelepod with a chisel. I can't believe they took away the starter gun. Or at least I couldn't find it. Okay. He's wandering off somewhere, so let's get. Is there anything on my locator? There is not. You would think they'd send me with coordinates to where the Osiris One base was, wouldn't you? And here we are on. Oh, tell you what though, we're actually right next to where the Season 1 base was. We'll have to find a different site this time around. Ah, god damn it, he's back. Are we friends now? Are you coming with me? Eh? Are you my Skelepod? He's a good Skelepod. He's a good Skelepod, yeah. Not you. Such a naughty Skelepod. That'll work. About 20 of those and we might get him down.
Vitals dropping.
This is ridiculous. I can't do anything. There must have been a gun by that starting point, like a pistol or something. This is retarded. They can't possibly expect me to actually fight a Skelepod with the chisel on day one. Yeah, combat proficiency, boy. I mean, realistically, what we're hoping to do is enough damage to make him piss off.
Vitals dropping.
I know.
Vitals stabilized.
Bloody computer. It's worse than the one in No Man's Sky. Like, it doesn't even give you relevant updates. It just, when it randomly notices that your health's low and goes, oh, your health's dropping when it's been on at the same level for 5 minutes. Right, these will be precious nodes. What we're actually looking for is a bit of plutonium. Oh, there's some rocks over here. Hopefully that Skelepod's gone. I really can't be dealing with him at the moment. Right, 8 of these. Oh god. It just did the glitch thing, which means that something's nearby that wants to bite my ass. Okay, that's enough rocks. Let's go and... Oh, bananas. We need banana leaves and blueberries, don't we? To make more masking tape. Just get a couple for now. Okay, right, so what we need is base metal nodes. That's precious, that doesn't count. Copper counts as a precious metal. We want bases, which there's some over there. So basically, to get plutonium in the early game, what we do is just mine base nodes and here. So there's a random plutonium drop. And now I guess we go and find somewhere we want to build our stone oven. So we don't want to build it in the same place as last season, which was basically here. Not that I'm particularly keen to go exploring at night, but we don't have any shelter anyway. So we may as well have a wander around. Let's go over there. There's another little zone of base nodes in this direction. Of course, the thing is now we've lost all our beacons from last season as well, so I've got to like find the coordinates for everything again. Assuming things are all still in the same place. Oh, that's definitely new. Now they've added. They said they've added gravity fields around the floating rocks. Do you know what? Actually, that might be Osiris One base there. Do you remember those? That looked like array of. We weren't quite sure. They weren't satellite dishes, but they might have been solar panels. Let's see if we can get there without dying. Can we make? We can make a bashing rock, which should be a better melee weapon than the chisel. If I happen across another rock, I might actually make one of those. I don't know what the route's going to be for acquiring things. Oh shit, you gotta be fucking joking. No! This is... Are you fucking kidding me? It's day one. It's the night of day one and you're throwing this fucking shit at me. Ole!
Vitals dropping.
There is no fucking chance. I know I've taken on crab monsters with the pistol before. I'm not taking the one with a fucking
Seek
bashing
medical
rock.
assistance immediately.
It's not even worth it. I'll be wasting medical supplies. There's no way we're getting out of this alive. Let's just get as close as we can to where we were going and just fucking die in corpse run. Maybe if we just don't look back. Holy shit. You know, there was a time when I played 7 Days to Die, I thought it would be a good idea to try and run to the hub city as early as
Seek
possible.
medical assistance
Um,
immediately.
So I arrive at the hub city on day one with like a fucking stone axe and immediately get torn apart by zombie dogs. Kind of feels like that, except somehow we seem to have survived that. I guess they all took pity on me or something.
Vitals stabilized.
Stabilise the vitals a bit. Okay, so I guess this isn't Osiris One base. It's not giving me the boop to say that I've completed the objective. Are these still completely useless then? for now. Yeah, looks like it. Well, we could actually build our base around here. There's some deposits of base metals over here. And we're a bit closer to the centre of the continent than we were last time around. So I suppose we could settle this region. We've got like, whatever the hell that is over there. I don't know. I can't imagine that's the Osiris One base. That's not a structure that's built by human hands. That big tower over there. We've got the floating rocks and the lightning over there, which I think is where the hydrogen geysers are. We've got some resources over here. Or maybe that is the Osiris One base. I don't know. I honestly don't know how you'd tell whether you were looking at the Osiris One base or not. I mean, what's that down there? It could well be, but I think we'll well, we don't have a tent to pitch. I was going to say we'll pitch our tent up here. We'll build our stone oven up here by these dishes, just 'cause. It seems like a decent location. Fucking hell.
Vitals dropping. System restored.
What exactly am I supposed to do in this situation? Honest to God. Okay, I guess, well, since this area is no longer safe, I guess we'll run over to that location now. Oh, what the fuck is this? This door doesn't open. I wish I had some beacons to mark. I wish I had anything. I'm also not a huge fan of the way my character seems to take fall damage off the tiniest little drop sometimes. Unless that was the crab hitting me in the arse, I don't know.
Vitals stabilized.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but the movement just feels a lot worse now. I don't quite know how to describe it, but it feels kind of more plodding. And it feels like every crevice and dip in the terrain is kind of an obstacle. Like my character goes up to the slightest dip and it's like, oh, and they have to sort of readjust their footing. It's quite, well, it's not nice. No, not very smooth is, I guess, what I'm trying to say. It feels very, very sort of waddly and, yeah, waddly is probably the best word for it. I'm very pleased to see these back on Proteus, though. I must say the game's looking rather nice. Since the last playthrough, I have upgraded... Fuck off, you sons of bitches. I have upgraded to 1080p. Like resolution. My monitor can handle 1080p now, so I'm playing in that. Which is probably why everything looks better. But I assume they have done a bit of work on the graphics in... like the time I've been away. I'll tell you another thing that annoys me about the movement in the game. I think that's honestly what is kind of getting to me more than anything else, is the way there's that pause when you land after jetpacking. Like even just a tiny hop like that, and then your character has to kind of stop and like adjust, and I don't know what it looks like in third person. If I do that, in third person it's actually a lot smoother, I think. Because if I do that in first person, there's that long pause when I land, or it feels longer anyway. Right, so this could be another candidate for the Osiris One base. These towers, they feel like the most sort of human-like structures on the planet of the ones we've seen. Now there are, I think, 3 of these, aren't there? I'm not sure which one would be the best candidate as the Osiris One base, or even if it could be something else entirely. Or it could even be mine 1A. Could be the Osiris base. In which case I think I'm in the wrong place entirely. I think is this mine 1B? If it is, there should be a doorway in the mountains up here. Yeah, this is mine 1B. Oh no, wait a minute, this is 1A. Well, we could go in there. I don't think we're going to achieve much. All right, well let's try and get at least some building done this episode. Are there any base metals around nearby? What I'm looking for in a base location is honestly just that it's close to some base metals. And some precious metals as well, of course. There's a space just over there that might be good. If it's flat enough. So you see we've got some empty diamonds there which are precious, and then we've got some solid diamonds there. And the solid ones are base metals. Once again we are at the edge of the map. But at least we're close to something useful this time. If I can work my way down here, let's build in this little divot here. Okay, mission build a stone oven. So that's one thing we can definitely do. Now we've got to try and find a spot where it'll allow us to build it. Okay, so that's our stone oven, and for some reason I must have let go of the left mouse button, but it's built with a low number of health points. What you're supposed to do is hold the mouse button down until it gets up to 100%. Not the worst though, because repairing things, as you saw there, does earn you engineering points. And next mission, build a depository. Which a depository is essentially an outside chest. When there were worker droids in the game. Depositories were where they would drop their stuff off. What does it call? It used to be under utilities, didn't it? Needs ability depositories. Which is that one. That is expensive. What the fuck? I thought they'd made like 5 points. I thought they'd changed the system so you got 5 points per level up. Holy crap. Even if it's like 3 per level up, that's a lot of time. Okay. We could head towards the middle of the continent and try and find Osiris One. Locate and regroup with Osiris One. Alright, well... bollocks, you know what? All we built is a stone oven. So I guess by the middle of the continent they roughly mean 0, 0. As you can see here on the locator, we navigate by latitude and longitude. So we're at a very negative longitude, and so we need to head east. We're at a very positive latitude, so if we want to head towards 0, 0, we basically need to head southeast-ish. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to abandon that stone oven, I think. It's going to be very difficult for us to even build a base, so we're going to have to hope that Osiris One has got something
Vitals dropping.
set up and ready for us. So yeah, southeast is the right direction. You can see our latitude is going towards 0 and our longitude is going towards 0. So if you want to head towards the middle of the continent, we're going the right way. I've never really played this game very much in third person. The animation is pretty nice, I have to say. I don't need my torch on, I'm wasting battery power. The animation's pretty nice. It does feel like I'm moving along at quite a lick. It's just, as I say, every time there's like that slope, like she has to rebalance herself. Every time there's a slight hop, you know, she has to readjust her footing. The movement is it's just not right for me. It just doesn't feel quite right anymore. Okay, so we've hit dehydration. This is a survival game and you will have to drink water and eat food. Now that we've used up our 1 container of water, we're going to need to be on the lookout for sap trees, which we can refill it with. Water is pretty difficult to come by, but fortunately there is a species of native tree that produces a perfectly drinkable liquid for us. Okay, I think we need to emphasise heading east a little bit, because we're a bit off course for heading towards 0, 0 at the moment. Okay, as you might guess, those things are also not friendly. Those are jaculuses. Although they seem to be a bit more docile than some of the other stuff that lives on this planet. We have run past them more than once, and never really had too many troubles with them. We've also got to watch our oxygen levels. You can see the big 36% at the bottom is like how much O2 I have left. If that gets down to 0, it won't recharge. We'll just suffocate to death. We will regenerate oxygen by walking as long as it's above 0. And our suit is just going to keep complaining at us until we heal up somehow. What I might do actually is just eat
Vitals stabilized.
that thing. Because you don't have to just bandage up, you can get health off eating as well. Let's see what we got here. I'm not sure if this is the same the same array that I was at last night? Yeah, I think it is. So this is where we were last night. And this is apparently closer to Osiris One than that mining tower was. If we head southeast from here, we're pretty close to 0, 0. I assume it's just going to be obvious. I'm going to see something that looks like Osiris One. Because I've got no idea, from the experience of the last playthrough, I've got no idea what it could be. Ooh, what's this? Might just be a satellite, but there's something blue over there. Yeah, it's just a satellite. We'll grab that though. I mean, we are close to where I thought we'd have to head. We're maybe like 5 degrees north. Or east, one of the two. Still no sign of the older Osiris One base. There's lots of satellites around though. There's another one. I think satellites are doing us no good at the moment because we've got no use for all the circuit boards and stuff that we're getting. So let's keep heading towards 0, 0 and hoping we find something. I've also got some stat points to spend. I'm actually going to put them into stamina. Last time around I was focusing a bit more on speed, but I wasn't that impressed with how much extra movement we got. It was quite a lot of investment for only 1% per point. So this time around we'll try stacking stamina instead, see if that actually makes us faster in the final calculation. See those puffs on the ground over there? That's creatures spawning. They look like rhinos, which are... I don't think they're hostile. Colossus, yeah. Now everything that is like Proteus 2 wildlife has a red health bar. It doesn't necessarily mean it's hostile, because things like the Orchex, which are the big like docile emu creatures, also have red health bars. Is that just mineral nodes over there? It's really hard to tell. They could just happen to be in a line, but it looks like something a bit more. That's a bloody crab monster over there again. Yeah, it's just resources. To be honest, I'm slightly at a loss for what to do. I think I'll just check and see if anyone's found Osiris One. I want to go and see what's there first of all. I want to get to Osiris One this episode if we can. So let's go and see if anyone's found it, and I'll be right back. Yeah, it's nowhere near the centre actually. It's minus 12.6, 3.1. So we are completely on the wrong side of the map anyway. It's about 20 degrees this direction and slightly to the north. Apparently you can actually just run away from crab monsters. I'm pretty sure you never used to be able to. They would track you quite far, but I guess they're a bit more forgiving now. Although to be honest, last playthrough I tended to just try and fight crab monsters. Never really tried running away from them except once or twice. Maybe that's always been a thing. I don't know. Oh look, there's some gold. Gold and copper there. This might not be a bad spot. Unfortunately I've got nothing to mark it with at the moment. Just keep it in mind. It's 3.1 minus 2.5. Ah, here's a welcome sight. Tree sap. So let's take our empty container that had the water in it. Extract the tree sap. Storage container is full. It is not full. Now we extract the sap. Drink the sap, extract the sap. Drink the sap. And we're getting a nice flow of science points there. So we've drunk our fill and we've got a nice full container. Now we are back on the road. I was actually going in the wrong direction. I got the long and lat switched round. But it should be close by here somewhere. Oh no, minus 12.6 lat, plus 3.6 long. Still a ways to go yet. Okay. Oh. Apparently we found Osiris One. Which would be... where exactly? There? By those dishes? Maybe. Oh, here it is. This is definitely new. Let's see if we can steal this. No, it doesn't look like it, sadly. Oh hey, there's Marley M. And he's dead. Okay, I guess he had the evacuation log. Which is... somewhere. Find the Osiris communications log. Any more dead dudes around? Probably up in those, let's get inside out of the sandstorm for a moment. Can we? No, can't fit through that. There's no point running around outside in this sandstorm. But, I got up there last time. I can get up there this time. Okay. Sandstorm's gone, looks like. Ranger Marco. Find the commander in Mine Boulder and search Mine Boulder for supplies. Okay, well, don't know where Mine Boulder is. I'm guessing that's the new name for Mine 1B. Oh, jeez. I was hoping there was a pistol around here or something I could steal. There's a cryptex there I can have. I mean, that's obviously their first mistake, wasn't it? Is not having any weapons in their base. I am hoping at some point we'll get to find out what was actually in that communications log and the evacuation log that we just found. Apparently. But it's a good step in the right direction, I feel. They've started to add some story mission, and there's actually what looks like a base here. Because if you're not familiar with the story of Osiris, we are like the second wave. We're supposed to be like the second wave colonists, or like the people sent in to find out what happened to the first wave, or something along those lines. So it's good to see that they've actually getting to the point where they're starting to add that kind of story mission into the game. Just a shame that they've apparently taken the like any way to fight the aliens out of the game, at least for like right at the start. But anyway, we found Osiris One, and it's pretty cool. It's a bit bigger than the base we built last season, but it did have multiple occupants apparently. So let's leave it there. Let's call that episode 1 of season 2 of Osiris. Next session, I'm not sure what we're going to do, but we do have to start getting ourselves established a little bit. The issue is that I don't have the skill points to build like any storage or anything like that. I am half tempted to start over with a new character and assign my skill points a bit better now that I know that yes, I do actually have to worry about what I'm putting them in. Maybe we'll do that, maybe not. We'll have to see. Anyway, that's this episode, so I hope you've enjoyed it. I've been Eki Thump. Like and subscribe if you'd like to see more Osiris New Dawn, and I'll see you next time.